Hello everyone. So I recently rewatched one of my older videos while I was editing, and I noticed I used to sound really confident when I was talking. I don't know what happened, but I guess I've just gotten calmer over time. Maybe the confidence was really a result of me feeling like I was being held at gunpoint while recording. I don't know. I once had someone in my Twitter DMs say that I sound depressed, and that's just how I sound. I just don't like talking to people, so my voice is a little underdeveloped. That's fine, I can work with it. I'll get better over time, don't you guys worry about me. So in this time-lapse, I'm drawing Loona again, because I've noticed something. If there's one thing on this channel that my audience expects me to post, it's content relating to either Has-Been Hotel or Hell of the Boss. And if there's one thing within that particular fandom that gets people to click on the video, it's the hot wolf girl, Loona. Loona Tuna Bartholomew Shmoona, the wolf with attitude. And that's all well and good. I mean, originally I was going to complain about how shallow my audience is, but then when I actually thought about the type of video I actually wanted to make that was related to some kind of popular, relevant piece of media, I didn't really know what else to talk about. You see, I'm very new to media analysis. Even when it comes to the things I'm interested in, I have trouble reading in between the lines. Or rather, I have trouble finding the motivation to read between the lines. It doesn't help that that godforsaken Looney Tunes basketball movie ruined my perception of media by rewiring my brain to judge the quality of media by, how good the animation is or how aesthetically pleasing the characters look. I no longer give a flying flip-flop about the story. And, well, maybe I never really did, but that movie, that shall not be named, certainly didn't help. And that brings us to late 2019. The Hell of a Boss pilot dropped, and the world was introduced to Loona. I remember being excited as, well, hell, to get home and just draw this girl because I loved how she looked. One thing I would like to bring up, because taking my hormonal urges and giving them the context and vocabulary that they do not deserve is always very enjoyable, is that there's a very specific contrast at play between Loona's abrasive goth aesthetic, complete with spiked collar and fingerless gloves, and her adorable fluffy wolf face. And, she's been known to smile every once in a while, especially in the presence of her big muscular crush. This is the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm exaggerating slightly, but when you see the most adorable thing you've ever seen in your life, you can't help but speak in hyperbole. And, well, one of the main focuses of my channel over the past year has been Loona. I made a 3D model of her back in November, and my intention was to try and put all my effort into polishing it as much as I could. Here's a fun fact about 3D animation, by the way. It's way easier and faster than 2D animation, as evidenced by the fact that I had half a minute of surreal animated music video content ready to post within a week of my last fully animated upload. But it took half a month of work just to finish the rough pass on my pole dancing video, after I spent the past several months putting it off. And then again with the Alistair Swears animation. The problem is you have to actually model, texture, and rig the character first, which can take days. So 3D animation is not something you can just get started with if you don't already have a pre-existing character rig set up. Fortunately, when you already know what your audience wants, it's not really a problem. By the way, it is absolutely not lost on me that doing 2D and 3D animation at the same time is kind of insane. But here's the thing. I grew up learning 3D because I could not draw and did not want to learn how. And you know what finally convinced me to learn how to draw? When I learned that I could draw furries. Yes, the furry fandom is pretty much the sole reason I even know how to draw today. And don't worry, when I draw humans, the artistic knowledge definitely transfers over. But I focus on animal people because they're just more interesting and fun. And the knowledge I gained from drawing made it easier for me to improve my 3D skills, and actually start getting into character modeling. Except the one problem I have with 3D is that everything is constantly clipping into everything else, and it's hard to get everything to behave the way you want it to. In fact, there's plenty of errors in my Loona animations if you know what to look for. I just ignored them because they didn't really get in the way of the message of the videos. I mean, one of my Loona animations has over 1 million views. That's literally insane, I still can't wrap my head around it. And that video includes the voice of yours truly, awkwardly trying to act in front of a computer monitor. The fact that a video with my shy little voice in it has over 1 million views does not sound like something that would ever happen in real life. But here we are. But the problem with growth on YouTube is that unless you completely sell your soul and sacrifice all integrity, there's going to be periods of stagnation. And there's one question I've been asking myself over and over. Who is Funk Tilda? What content do I make? And how can I get comfortable making and presenting that content in a way that will actually bring in viewers while still being creatively fulfilling? And every time I made a video that wasn't about Loona or Stolas or Angel Dust or whatever, and it underperformed, and indeed every time I made a video that was about those characters and it still underperformed, I always had that worry that I was ruining my channel. Now, I'm the type of person that's almost addicted to self-introspection. I made a whole video making fun of myself. If you want to go check that out, the link is below the video. But after enough introspection, I decided I would start uploading much more organized, professional-grade content to my second channel, which before had all the low-effort content that wasn't even remotely related to Has-Been or Helva that I tried making. And obviously no one really knew what I was on about. Hey, did you know that in Fox and the Hound, one of the birds says, "Okay, boomer"? That's still funny and relevant, right? And they played the Earthbound music, "Are you laughing yet?" But I privated those videos and started making actual content. And of course, to start, it was still Vivzy populated, but then I made a video about Robin Hood. And you know, it's nice making content and not caring about views for once. But I feel like I still need to figure out what to do with this channel specifically. You know, Funktilda. As fun as it is to make Loona animations, I do feel like I need to branch out at some point. My other go-to subject on this channel is the basketball film I mentioned earlier. But there's only so many videos you can make on that topic, and I haven't seen the sequel film yet, so I suppose I could still make a review of that or something. But other than that, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to talk about. I think if there's one thing that defines me and the way I consume media more than anything else, it's aesthetic. I like cool visuals, I like cool designs, I like sexy things. I suppose I primarily experience aesthetic and romantic attraction. The whole sex thing, like actual intercourse, is something I am woefully underexperienced in, and I suppose I could enjoy that in theory. But it's mostly looks for now, which works out because you can't exactly interact with a fictional woman. Yet. So yeah, the problem with being an animation channel is that animation takes a while, if you don't want it to look janky and rushed. And the problem with being a Loona animation channel is that there's only so much to go off of, and being dependent on someone else to release the next episode of a show in order to get more possibilities for content sort of takes away the whole independence factor that is supposed to be one of the main appeals of running a YouTube channel in the first place. I don't know, maybe I don't want to be a YouTuber, at least not a serious YouTuber. Maybe I just want to make cool art and only post occasionally. But I have this anxiety about leaving my channel to die, and I don't want to do that. And I did always enjoy getting widespread attention. I mean, I reached 1 million views 5 times on this channel, which I suppose it's kind of telling that I'm talking about how unfulfilled I am when many people's wildest dream on this website is achieving a fraction of what I already have. Maybe it's time to calm down. I mentioned being satisfied uploading to my second channel and not expecting huge view counts. But I also felt very calm and satisfied when I uploaded my Vixie animation early last month. And I guess all I really want is to upload something that I'm proud of, in a place where it belongs. In the case of the Vixie animation, short-form animated content has always sort of been the focus of this channel, and in the case of the Robin Hood analysis video, well, I started from scratch on a new channel so it fit the brand by default. Though I've wondered if I even needed to start a completely different channel with a completely different persona and everything, especially if I'm going to end up uploading similar content here anyway. But I mean, over there, it's professional edited content, and over here it's just memes. I mean, sometimes on this channel I might post professionally edited memes. So I suppose that's a pretty good setup. So overall, I give Loona the Hellhound 10 bones out of 9. She's a nice character, isn't she? I guess I should thank you for watching this video. I haven't talked about my feelings in a while. So I guess this is a nice video to make, even if it probably won't get too many views. I designed the title and thumbnail as a joke, but the video really is about my thoughts on Loona, and I suppose my thoughts on this turning into a Loona channel. Which, I don't want it to be just that, but the audience wants what it wants, and if there's one thing I love, it's attention. So whatever works, I guess. Again, thank you for watching this video, and remember to stay cute.